Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of A Safe Space for Men. I'm your host as usual. Before we get started, please remember to rate, review, like, subscribe, download, and rate the podcast. I truly appreciate it. What's happening, everybody? It's snowy as shit in Philly. That's how I'm starting out because I am annoyed. I was looking forward to the snow, honestly, but then I forgot. We haven't had snow so long. I forgot how shitty it gets after it snows. I happen to live on a block where like a bus goes down, so they'll replow you in, pause, after you dig your car out and shit like that. So like I dug my car out, I dug the spot out. I was at work. I came home, I dug the spot out, put my car in the spot, came out the next morning, they replowed the snow back into the spot. So I had to dig myself out again. I'm over it. It's all ice now. And we got another foot possibly coming this weekend. So that's going to be fun. You know, we really got hammered with snow, man. And Mayor Raggedy Wigs, like I'm going to blame her because she's the mayor. Like they just did a terrible job of like everything. Nobody was prepared in the city. My job wasn't prepared. The schools nobody was fucking prepared. But most of all, the city wasn't prepared because I remember I drove out to work on Saturday as it was snowing, and you know you expected the roads in the neighborhood to be crappy. And you're like, or at least when I get to 95, you know, I get to 95, slip and slide records. It was just as bad as it was in the neighborhood, and it's like, how did y'all not at least salt the roads or have plow trucks out there plowing every couple hours? Obviously not every hour, 1 hour it was coming down so heavy, but like every 3 or 4 hours. Plow 95. You know what I mean? I don't know what the plan was, but it appeared that it wasn't a plan. The plan was to not have a plan. And yeah, it's been a shitty week. It's now Wednesday. There's been no school this week, and I anticipate that there's not going to be any school at all the rest of the week because a lot of the charter schools have shut down for the week because it's just going to be too cold. And I'm like, this generation, and I get like you go with the times and times change, but like they're closing school because it's too cold. They close school when it's too hot. They close school if they deem it too much snow. Snow I can kind of get with, but a lot of times it'll be like 4 inches of snow on the ground. They're like, oh, we're under a 4-hour delay. That's half the fucking school day. What are y'all doing? Like when we went to school, you know, a long while back, like we went to school whether it was cold, raining, hot. We didn't have air conditioners. A lot of the rooms didn't have heat. It was mold in the schools, asbestos, like. We were going to school into some crazy conditions. And I'm not saying that some of that stuff is okay, but it's just the reasons that they close schools now. It'll be like 92 degrees. They're like, yeah, we're going to close school because it's too hot. And you fuckers got air conditioning. So I need the city of Philadelphia to get it the fuck together because it has been a shitty week. And then virtual learning, like, motherfucker, why? I have a 6-year-old. I have an 11-year-old too, so like her being a virtual learner is a little different. She can be more focused, but putting a 6-year-old in front of a computer and expecting them to, you know, and it's not all day. It's only for like I think it's a 30-minute class, and then they want them to check in 15 minutes. So I let her do it today. I hadn't been letting her do it all week. One because I was working, and you know, obviously throughout the day I have things to do. But you know, that's another thing. Like. You're putting these kids on virtual, kids that aren't at an age where they can't stay in the house by themselves. Like, are you guys not comprehending? Like, you guys can't control whether or not the rules are good. I get that. But saying that you want kindergartners, first graders, second graders, you know, that age area to be on a computer all day, when in all likelihood, they are possibly being watched by an older sibling or they may be somewhere where they won't have access to everything. You know what I'm saying? So you want them, like, what? And no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And thankfully, like Jordan's teacher, we figured out a way. Like I put her on there this morning, but she came up with a way, you know, to monitor and make sure that she's active. I just kind of take pictures of her work when she does it, because typically her work gets done later in the day, because a motherfucker has to work. But yeah, I just think virtual learning is like, I know it was a COVID thing, and it's just like now it's just gone too far. It's just like, oh yeah, it's whatever's going on, we're gonna go virtual, and it's like, no, y'all going virtual. We're not doing shit because who in the little 15-minute meeting they had this morning, I guess it's like to take roll, or that's their way of getting credit for the day. Just add the fucking days on at the end of the year. Like, you're not doing anything anyway. You guys get paid throughout the summer. And I'm not an educator. I'm not gonna pretend to be one or try to act like I understand or anything like that. But like I said, I send my kids to school. Y'all the fucking daycare. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, most parents are working parents, so they go to work, and you got, like, we send y'all to school because we pay the taxes or whatever, so that we don't have to pay a daycare to watch our fucking kids. So I'm already getting babysitting and things like that in order, and then you want me to turn around and make sure my child, who's probably only going to listen to me, or not even you deal with her every day. Anybody knows her. Jordan has a low attention span. She be all over the place. I have to tell her to sit down 12 times while eating her food. Like, she's not going to stay in front of a fucking laptop. So. But yeah, I watched their little meeting this morning. It was bullshit. They was just on there. It was just kids yelling, kids talking, not yelling, just talking and hey, saying hi to each other because they haven't seen each other. But there was the purpose of it was nothing. Like that, honestly, in my opinion. Speaking of educators, before I get into what I want to talk about, I want to shout out to my guy Moshe, the spin therapist. He's always doing the work needed for these kids, man. Like, he really goes above and beyond. And like, honestly, I really want him to get the recognition that he deserves because he's always doing something for his students, for his scholars, the people that he teaches and he's leading, and he has in his program. Ironically, recently he had posted a picture. He was like literally up the street from my house, so he like delivered some school supplies or materials to a child. I don't know exactly what the situation was. I didn't ask. But he drove down here to make sure that the child had everything they needed to get their work done. And I know where he lives at. Like, Moshe lives like well over an hour away. He lives outside the city. And for him to take the time out of his day to drive down here, like, he has his own family, a wife and all that stuff, to make sure that this child had what they needed so that, obviously they can progress on to the next level. I just think it's amazing, man. Like, it's really outstanding. I just want to bring recognition to that, man. So Moshe, man, like, I always tell him, man, like, he's doing a great job. Like, keep up the good work, man. Like, it's just like the passion, the love, the dedication that he has to what he does is really, really great to see, man. And I'm just glad it's my friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? So salute to you, good brother. It's really, there's not many like you, man. So again, kudos, salute, you know what I mean? Bravo, keep up the good work. We need more like you, and I know those kids love and appreciate you, man. But yeah, real quick with the snow, like I said, we got another foot coming, so just stay safe, y'all. Don't listen. And if you fall, I want to see the video. So I want to get into like some of the things that we're not doing well. One of the main things I'm just not doing this year is just not gonna keep making excuses for bad friends. Just really like decluttering your life. Like, declutter your life of bullshit and of people, things that aren't adding value to your life, or if anything are taking away, like they're really draining you. And one of those things is just really just bad friends, man. Like, they're really not there for you. They're not supportive of anything you want to do. They don't support your dreams. And to a point, it's almost like they really don't like you. You know what I mean? Like, you really got to think about it. Like, if a person isn't supporting you, or like every time you converse about positive things, they only have negative, and it's pertaining directly to you, it's like, all right, wait, I got to really examine this relationship, this friendship. Because in so many ways, you continue to show me that you don't like me or give a fuck about me. And a lot of times being around the wrong people can really cost you everything. My grandma used to say, like, watch the company you keep. You know what I mean? And it really, as I get older, I swear, all the stuff that your parents and grandparents told you, metaphors, it really like rings true as you get older. And it's like, yeah, when people not supporting you or they not for you, you really got to cut the cord. You got to remove it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's like having a bad organ in your body. You know what I'm saying? I can't function properly. I'm always going to be catching colds and getting sick. And you're really going to be disrupting my mood. And I mean, for me, the type of person I genuinely be wanting what's best for my friends and for the people that I love and care about. But a lot of times they do not want what's best for me. And I mean, that's really my point. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times people, it benefits their ego. Unfortunately, if you're not progressing, if you're staying stagnant or exactly where you at, like they feel better about themselves because then they're like here, they're staying above you, and you're just kind of like mid. And it's as I've noticed that as I've gotten older, as I've tried to do things or I want to, again, like the main thing I'm doing this year is really like speaking positivity into my own life. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I spent a lot of time like helping other people, just doing everything else. So like this year is really about me. You know what I mean? Like, this is like really my year to be selfish. So like I'm speaking. If you're around me, you'll see like I really everything about me is just positive. I just want positive energy. Gotta get some water. But yeah, they highly critical of anything you try to do or accomplish. And like one prime example, I can remember when I first started like my fitness journey, like over like maybe like 12 years ago, and like it was just I wanted to lose weight. I was really out of shape. I was really unhealthy. If I remember, I'll put a picture on the screen. But a lot of people, most of you have seen my first like picture before when I first started working out. I was 300 something pounds. I was just really unhealthy, and I wasn't eating right. I wasn't sleeping right. I wasn't doing anything right. And I mean, I just had friends accusing me of using Herbalife, and it was just like, in full disclosure, I did try Herbalife before, but this was like way after. This was probably like 8 or 9 years in. I was already like, well into the gym. I just tried it as like a meal supplement, and I used it for a little bit. I decided that it just wasn't for me. You know what I mean? It actually made me too gassy. It just wasn't for me. And because I like to actually eat food, so. But I don't knock anybody that does Herbalife. If that's what you want to do, that's your thing. That works for you. Great. You know what I mean? You got to do what works for you. But yeah, back to my point. I just remember like I'm losing weight and people was just like, oh, Herbalife Ryan. It was like, what? Like, how about just, damn, Ryan, congratulations. I'm glad you made a decision that's better for you in your life and the health of you and your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not just be positive? It's like, nope. And most of the people that, honestly, like, most of the people that was doing it was people that, didn't look the best. I'll say that. I'm trying to be respectful here. But yeah, instead you could have just provided me encouragement. Like, that's really it, It's crazy, and it's crazy being criticized by people who are nowhere near in shape or healthy, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. But you're criticizing something that I'm doing for myself. And right then and there, I should have left those people alone. I didn't, because it is what it is. But yeah, I genuinely feel like if you hang around healthy people, you'll be healthy. You know what I mean? Like, which is why I love the environment that I'm in now. I have, obviously, all of my friends aren't gym rats, but I have friends that are really heavy in the gym. They really care about being healthy, and those are the people that I really like align myself with. I don't even want to say try to. I feel better around them in that space, whether it's through text, hanging out in the gym, outside of the gym. But if you hang around unhealthy people, you're going to fucking be unhealthy. Like, you really are the company that you keep. You know what I mean? If you hang around highly motivated people, you'll be highly fucking motivated. If you hang around people that aren't motivated and they just want to drink all day and be high and be lazy, then you're going to be high, lazy, and drunk. Like, that's just what it is. Speaking of being drunk, I'm actually doing what am I doing? A dry January. So I haven't had anything to drink all January. Literally, because I had a drink on New Year's Eve, but like once at midnight, I didn't have I had to go to work the next day anyway. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I probably won't drink until I got a little getaway coming up. Going to the Poconos, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna drink up there. I don't know, but yeah, it's really one of the lessons that I wish I had learned early in life. Just really being conscious and aware about what I'm around, who I'm around. You know what I'm saying? And not that I won't even say, I mean, I'm glad I'm at where I'm at in my life, but it hasn't, I would say it has definitely slowed up my progress. I won't say it's kept me from getting, I don't know. I really don't have a way of knowing, but it has definitely, hanging on to things that you just otherwise shouldn't, then yes, you really haven't. I was listening to the Mel Robbins podcast, which is one of my favorite podcasts, and she was talking about the 5-year stranger theory, and it made a lot of sense. And I'm gonna pull up the definition. So, The 5-year stranger theory suggests that due to significant personal growth, lifestyle shifts, and life transitions, you will become almost unrecognizable to your past self in 5 years. Many current and close relationships will feel like strangers, and emphasizes that change in social circles is natural as people outgrow old versions of themselves in their connections. And when she was on there talking about it, I was like, it made so much sense. Like a lot of times you'll feel guilty about, because I've had this happen. Like as I change and I want to do different things in my life, you feel almost guilty not spending as much time with the people that you otherwise normally do. And it's not like I'm not happy to see some of those people or family members, things like that. But it's just like, I ain't gonna lie. Like sometimes with some people, it's instant. Once I get in the presence of you, I just feel like, oh, like, why am I here? And others, it's like, it's more of like it takes a little time. I may be around you for a couple hours and I'm like, wait a minute. Or maybe a couple of days, like I may go see you like 3 straight days. And it's like, hey, like this, I now remember why I really don't like fucking being around you, or where it's not best for me to be around you for long periods of time. And it really just ties into all the things, like, again, like being positive and wanting to work out and becoming a little more spiritual, more religious, like really trying to lock in on the things that's important to me. You feel yourself just drifting off. And again, it's just, it doesn't mean that you don't love those people. They don't love you. It's just that we are just going in 2 entirely different directions in life. You know what I mean? Like it really is. It's like my road is going right and your road is going left, and it doesn't mean that your road doesn't lead back to me or it doesn't lead to something good. And mine's, it just means we're headed in 2 different spaces in our life. And I think just being more conscious of that, and yeah, it's like, and honestly, given that we're all like approaching midlife crisis age and shit, like in that stage, like I'll be 40 this year. Thank God I'll be 40 this year, but I'll be 40 this year. And I really don't have any space for anything that can like hinder me or my development or the things that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like speaking with the midlife crisis, like our parents are about to start dying. Obviously I don't want that to, but my mother will be 71 this year. My father will be 67. You know what I'm saying? Like they're approaching, they're on the back end of their lives. You know what I'm saying? My mom may live another 10, 15 years, but she's still on the back end. You know what I mean? She's lived more years than she has left. It's just like my father. But yeah, your elders, your aunties, your uncles, great aunts, great uncles. Kids are going off to college. Gabby just went to college last year. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's so much going on and so much our lives change between the ages of 40 and 50. And it's really about, for me, building out a good life now. You know what I mean? Like I do have small children, but I really, like when I ain't something that's become really important to me. Like I really would love, and I want my kids to see me in a healthy relationship. Really sharing life with somebody. You know what I mean? Because ultimately they leave. You know what I mean? So like really finding love and finding someone to love. And that's something else I'm speaking into existence this year. Like I'm gonna find my person this year. Like I just know it. I feel it in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like I know it. It's just about doing the work and being consistent and just locking the fuck in. That really is, man. And I noticed that like when I speak positively like that to people, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna get with somebody. I know it. Like I know it, and people would like snicker or laugh or have like funny things to say. It's like, why wouldn't you want to see your friend happy? Like, in what world you know what I mean? But then you often have to be conscious of people that are like used to being alone. Some people are just so used to being alone. They're loners, or they can't find anybody to be with respectfully, because of the type of individuals they are, that they are just, they prefer to be in an area where everyone is alone and they have nobody. Because if I have somebody, that a lot of my time is going to be taken away from you. It doesn't mean our friendship isn't the same, or we don't have that friendship. Our friendship does change, but our friendship, we're not spending as much time with each other because I'm going to be spending time with my partner and my life partner. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately my wife. You know what I mean? Like those things just happen. All of my married friends, we are still great friends. They just are married, so they prioritize differently. Instead of going out on the bar Saturday night, they're doing things Saturday morning with their family. And then they're in the house watching movies and shit with their kids, which is what I would much rather do. I would much rather be home on Saturday night watching TV. I'm going to do all the corny shit. I want to watch all the fucking sitcoms and shit with my partner and all that stuff. Like, I'm getting older, not old, older. And it's just being outside, really, it just ain't it. So a lot of people, again, like, they just, and they want to project that on you because they're used to being alone or they're comfortable being alone, and it's like, that's for you, not for me, and you just gotta recognize that, man. It's really crazy, and again, even though I have small children, but again, I have to be prepared for when they leave. As much as Jordan is up under my ass right now, and she loves me and does, and she doesn't want to leave me, she's gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna go through puberty. She's gonna mature. She's gonna become a young woman, then a woman, and she's not gonna want to be around her dad all the time. And that does suck, you know what I mean? Because as a kid, like I love all my girls, but they've gotten older and we spend less time together. I would love to spend more time with them, but it's just it's a different phase of parenthood. You get what I'm saying? So you have to prepare yourself for that. And I'll be honest, I wasn't exactly prepared for, like, it just happened so quick. And it's like, Kanaya has a boyfriend. Janae is 22. Gabby, she's off to college. And it's just like, you want to have that time with them. And so you just got to, like, value the time you do have with them and make the best of that, because I've already spent more time with them collectively than I am for the rest of their lives. You get what I'm saying? We're going to spend less actual hours and days together as they are adults versus when they were kids. That's just the logistics of it. Yeah, man, there's way too much going on to even be entertaining the people who continue to show you they do not give a fuck about you. And one of the things I had to do is just not be in my feelings. So you don't get in your feelings about it. Check yourself and just allow folks to be whoever the fuck they are. Let them be exactly who they are. In a lot of cases, there really isn't no need for closure. And that's speaking specifically to having to cut people off or remove people, or when people stop speaking to you. Because I'm just like, yo, like, damn, I thought we was homies, or I thought we was, besties or whatever. And like, I had someone who was like, I've considered like a really close friend, and she just randomly like blocked me on my phone and on Twitter. And it was weird because I know I didn't do anything to you, but a lot of times you just got to let people be. Like, having to, like, in my mind, no, I didn't do anything wrong. I was a great friend to you. I was always there for you, and you just stopped fucking with me. Okay, cool. Whatever it is. Because in my mind, I feel like we're good enough friends that we're like, if I did do something that I didn't recognize, you could call me out on it or call me because we're that close and be like, hey, Ryan, can I rap with you? But if you chose the opposite, it's cool. I had somebody else do it to me recently, and I still don't know why, but I honestly don't give a fuck why. I wish him well, you know what I mean? And it's somebody I considered a brother, and I thought, like, damn, like, you know what I mean? But I ain't gonna lie, I kind of got an idea why, but it's something that had nothing to do with him. And I really don't want to speak on it because I don't even know if we'll ever speak about it, but that's somebody I really don't want to speak any type of way about. But just, it's more so like, I still accept it. I was like, okay, like I'm at a place where, like, I know I genuinely didn't do anything to you. You know what I mean? I may have had a beef with somebody that you were cool with or knew, but I had that conversation with you. So I'm not really I don't feel like I owe anyone an apology in either of those situations. But if I did, I would. I have no problem saying it. But also, with that being said, I'm also too old to be reconciling on situations that I didn't do anything wrong with. So it's really not up to me to rectify or correct any of them things. It's I don't know. You just gotta let it go, man. And especially when you know how you show up as a friend. Like I know I show up consistent. I am here for my people. I really, like, I will support you, whatever it is you're doing, a business, a podcast, a funeral, I'm there. Like, your parents die, I'm there. Your sister died, I'm there. Like, whatever, I'm that friend. I show up for all the important shit. I may not be there day to day, but like, when you have life events, weddings, anything, I got friends who get married all the time, and we probably don't hang out throughout the year. We talk, and we're pretty close, but they get married, they send me an invitation, I am there, and I'm bringing a good gift. Like, it's not, and not that that's what it's about, but I know how to show up for the people that I care about and for the people that care about me, and a lot of times it's to be God guiding me away from people, honestly, because you got to be conscious of the things that you're praying for. So a lot of times we pray for one thing and then it shows up in a different form. I'm always asking God, prepare me and take me where I need to be, and like that need to be, it may just not be around them. You know what I mean? And like, when you sit and you really gotta sit in it and think about it, like, oh, you like understand like what's happening. So like, just I trust God, and I trust the time, and I think everything is gonna work itself out. You know what I mean? And again, a lot of times people may come back. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, you just got to be conscious of that. And if they are worthy of coming back, yeah, allow them back. But if not, yeah, kick rocks. A lot of times I ask for preparation, which can feel like isolation. And that was like late last year. Like I remember like late last year, I was just cut that. Just prepare me, get me ready for whatever it is. And again, you feel so alone, but that's part of the process. And just being conscious of that, like God's gonna remove whatever that's not good from your life. Point blank. Period. Like that's just is what it is. I saw this, and I was on Instagram. I saw this video, and the best, I guess, example I can give you of, I wish I could play the video, but I don't have it like ready to go, of being what happens when you around the wrong people. So there was this video on Instagram of 3 lemons. The first one was fully molded, and then the other 2 were like fine. I think the second one had like a spot of mold on it, and the third one was like a brand new lemon. So they just put it in like a container. I forgot how long they did it for. It might have been like a couple days, like maybe like 14 days or something like that. And they just came back and checked every day, and they, ran the video. And like over the period of time, that one bad lemon made the other 2 fully like moldy and no good and stinky and black. And it's just like, that's what one bad person in your space can do to you. They can completely like railroad, throw you off your path of where you're trying to go and where you want to be. And I think that's like the best example or metaphor I can give you for why you cannot be around people that you just don't fucking need to be around, man. That's all I got for y'all today. My message for the day is stop taking advice from people that have never been to the places that you want to go. Stop taking advice from people that have never been to the places you want to go. Why would I listen to you? Why would I listen to you about taking relationship advice from you if I've never seen you in a relationship? Why would I even consider your opinion on me wanting to be in a relationship if you're always by yourself? How can you tell me about fatherhood if I never see you with your kids? You know what I mean? Why would I pay you any mind about picking a job if I never seen you work? You understand? Like you've never been successful at anything that you're doing, but you're trying to tell me how to run my podcast. Why would I pay you any attention? It makes zero fucking sense. But yeah, with that, I'm about to get out of here because I gotta go get ready for work and do all that cool shit. As usual, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. And I promise y'all, I'm trying to get back to being consistent with these episodes. But yeah, until next time, peace.